You can't do anything if you don't have awareness first, right? Because the moment you have awareness, you have choice. And we're going to talk about choice a lot. When you're in the stress response, you don't have choice. There's a scientific reason you don't have choice. So this work works with first awareness. That's what we're going to first focus on. And then action is the other piece. And when you put awareness plus action, you've got transformation. Yes? Great. So, as I said, it's a map. So we're going to take this map and just let's find out first where we are. Notice this is called the feel-good scale. And as you can see, there's 3 zones. There's the red zone, which is the stress response. The yellow zone. Most of us live in the yellow zone. And then we've got the green zone, which is the thriving zone. So this is your map. Now, it looks like a simple triangle. I want you to consider it as a map of consciousness. This is the map of who we can be, who we can become. 1 to 10, who I am at a 2 is very different than who I am at an 8 or 9. So, close your eyes right now. And I'm going to ask you on a 1 to 10, what number are you at right now? And just tell yourself the answer quietly. And then I'm going to ask you, how do you know? Find one quality, one physiological sensation, maybe the way your mind is, your emotions. What lets you know what number you're at? Okay, great. Open your eyes. Let's do quick popcorn. What number are you at? Garrett? 7? You? 7? 7? 8. Great, thank you. So you can see, you can ask anybody who's never done an ounce of work, they will know their number. So it's actually really easy to find out where we're at on the map. You all know about the stress response, right? The biggest problem with the stress response is who we become. This is really important. We talk about stress. I'm stressed. 90% of doctors' visits are stress. Yeah, that's okay. It's actually we become our worst selves when we were stressed, and you're going to understand today the why. Let me tell you why. Number 1, we overreact to perceived threats. Your brain is way outdated, and it is overestimating threats. When you are in the red zone, you can only see what's wrong. We are tracking for what's wrong, and we literally cannot see what's right. And it can be with the world, with others, or with ourselves. When we are in the stress response, our prefrontal cortex gets shut down, which is our rational thinking part of our brain. You can't think straight. Literally, the blood flow goes out of the frontal cortex and you cannot access that. How many of you have had that? You've decided in the morning not to do a thing, and then by the end of the day, you're doing it. Yeah, thank you. And so there's one thing, right, to experience a moment of stress response, and then there's another thing to be chronically in the stress response. We're not looking not to be stressed. We're looking to be able to have a nervous system that can stress out if necessary. I have a presentation, I need a little stress, and then can come back to the relaxation response, to the green zone. This work in the moment works, but also what I've seen again and again and again and again, it changes people foundationally, what I call their homeostatic level. If you think, what's your homeostatic level? Where do you have a tendency to live? Right? Like I was at a 3 for most of my early life, 2 or 3. Then I had my eating disorder, so that was still 2 or 3. And I have slowly gone up, I would say most of the time, until I have to do a presentation here, I'm at like an 8 or 9, right? And so for me, it doesn't take as much time when I'm suddenly in the stress response because my baseline level is an 8 or 9. It doesn't take much. I'll do the 3 steps. I'm back here. But most of the people who come to me, especially women, burnt out women, they're like a 3 or 4. And so it takes nothing to send them to the stress response, like nothing. when you caught in the red zone or the yellow zone and you practice the 3 steps, you go back to what's called the relaxation response, right? I call it the thrive response because I'm talking longer term than that. And longer term than that is we have a regulated nervous system that can go under stress and then let go of stress. So that's why I call it the thrive response. You just see the world with a different lens that is accepting and loving and kind and understanding and forgiving and grateful and all the things that so many of us are here to experience and to teach others to experience in this world, right? So we can recover our capacity to think and choose, and our nervous systems become more regulated. So right now, once again, right, let's take a moment and just take 1 or 2 body signals from the green zone and just let yourself, you don't even have to close your eyes. What I teach a lot is like, can we be in the green zone without closing our eyes and having to go into deep meditation? Like, what can you relax right now? Notice your jaw. What are your shoulders like? What's your belly like? Breathe. You good for that? Everybody on that? Okay, great. So how do we do it? 3 steps. That's simple. So every time you practice the 3 steps, guys, you are doing rewiring of your brain in the short term and in the long term. So let's close our eyes. We're gonna do a very small practice of this. And I want you to ask your consciousness, don't use your linear brain. Ask your consciousness, your soul, to remind you of an experience when you were in the red zone. It could be yesterday, it could be 10 years ago. I know some of you have done so much advanced work, you never go to the red zone anymore. So let yourself remember, let your soul remind you a time you were in the red zone. And really, really remember we have body, mind, emotions, and if you're in relationship, but it can even be relationship with yourself. What were the signals? What are the signals? What are you like in that moment? Feel your body. Watch the tension in your body. What are your thoughts doing? Really, really, really be that red zone self. And for a little bit longer, let yourself expand your vision to see how you see the world from this place. What does the world look like and feel like when you get into your car and you run into a traffic jam, or you come home and the house is messy, or whatever it is for you? Like, feel the red zone is a realm. It's a whole world. It's hell on earth. Like, feel it. Feel the separation. And you might be someone who hurts yourself more, someone who hurts others more. And then press stop on the movie, on the memory. And literally, we're going to press stop, and you're going to remember this is a distortion. The way you are, the way you're seeing the world, the way you're feeling is a lie. And we're going to take a few deep abdominal breaths. Like, really, really use your intention to soften, to open, to create space. Like, feel your energy field becoming wider and wider and wider and wider. There's so much space. So this thing, right, the constriction of the red zone that used to take up all your effort, all your time, your attention, your energy is suddenly it's like the yin-yang symbol. It's a little tiny dot surrounded by spaciousness. And then maybe what we'll do is the feel-good habit that we will choose to do is bring gratitude to yourself right now for being willing to look at yourself, to take responsibility for yourself, and to shift. Because that is how this world can actually start healing and becoming the heaven on earth that we're all longing for. So let's take a deep breath in and out together to complete our session. So exhale of all your air, taking a deep abdominal breath in, and an audible, delicious exhale. All right. And open your eyes consciously and slowly and look around the room. Thank you so much. Thank you.